Good morning, gang. Happy Wednesday. So, here we go again. Another sunny day. More work in the yard. Take advantage of it while I can. Hopefully, we get some rain tomorrow, which possible, but we'll see. Okay, so we're preppers, right? And one of the things we talk about all the time is money. What's our money worth? What are we going to do? How do you protect your money, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, I'm going to give you some different points here on a whole lot of different things that are going on. Now, if you don't watch Ice Age Farmer, I advise you go watch Christian's latest video. I'll link it below so you can kind of see it. But Iran has now decided they are going to use a, how do you want to put it, I guess, restricted, you got to have the mark of the beast or whatever to buy, sell, whatever it would be. And I'll let him describe the whole thing to it. But basically, in a nutshell, everything is going to be restricted to what the government wants you to have. Now, it's Iran, okay? So, I mean, I'm not saying this is coming here yet, okay? But eventually, as he put it in there, everybody will be allowed to buy X amount of bread at, you know, government subsidized prices. You can buy as much as you want, but after your allotment, then you have to pay, crazy prices for it. Now, they're already rolling this out. Could this be coming to us? Sure. All right. Do I see it happening? Maybe. Now, how does this kind of affect us? Now, I'm not going to go back into the craziness on all the food shortages and prices and everything like that. For the most part, you guys know what they are. We talked about last night, for example, 30,000 eggs winding up on the highway in Texas. All right. Oops. All right. Devin sent me a picture of him at the grocery store yesterday. 5 dozen eggs, $23. Okay. They're freaking eggs. All right. Come on. They're not golden eggs. But so it comes into play now of what do we do with our money? And I know the next thing everybody's going to say is, oh, digital currency. The Fed's going to go to digital currency. Let me tell you how much that ain't going to work. All right. And I'll give you 2 examples. Anybody seen the price of Bitcoin lately? About 29,000 again. Okay. So we're down 55% so far from the highs. But not that Bitcoin is going to be the currency of the future. It's just the currency of the fanatic right now. All right. So be it. Again, I put it right in there with Cabbage Patch Kids and Pet Rocks. Just more expensive. But so we have what are called stable coins. All right. And these are supposed to peg to the value of the dollar. All right. And you've got Tether, Tether, and US coin, that are the two of them that are the most popular ones. Okay. The interesting one is, or I'm sorry, USD coin, US dollar coin. The interesting thing with Tether is it's based out of Hong Kong. So, we've got Hong Kong figuring out the US currency. There's a problem. Okay. Just giving you that. But they're supposed to be stable. It's supposed to peg to the price of the dollar, right? Well, late last week, Tether was down to 95 cents. All of a sudden, your money just poof, lost 5%. Your dollar was now worth 95 cents. Okay. Not inflationary or anything like that. The dollar just became worth less. Add inflation to it. Okay. Now, it's come back as I'm recording this here on Wednesday morning. Tether is 0.9994 cents per dollar. So it is slightly worth less than a dollar. On the other hand, USD coin is 1.0012, so it's worth slightly more than a dollar. So no, they're not pegged. They're close, but they're not pegged. But this is what is going to happen. Now, we have How are you going to handle this? You you don't get the physical. So therefore, if you own any of this and find somebody that wants to accept it and is going to take it, you're going to have to walk around with your phone or whatever, Apple Watch, or God knows however they're going to make the medium for this thing. Put a chip in your hand and swipe your hand, and that'll be how it goes, right? Again, start tying the two of these together. The mark, chip in your hand, okay, and the government saying how much you can do it. We've talked about this, you know, in social credit scores and everything in the past, where the government comes up and says, I'm sorry, Mr. Pinball, you've already bought enough apples this month. You can't have any more. Or, I'm sorry, Mr. Pinball, you still have a gas-powered car. Therefore, we're going to reduce the amount of apples you're allowed to buy, or whatever. So, we don't even have to go into what if the power goes out? Remember, we talked a couple of days ago about Iran threatening an EMP in the U.S., or, I mean, discussing, let's just put it that way, and the U.S. acknowledging that Iran could detonate an EMP or multiple EMPs over the United States. Okay, that happens, goodbye. All right, your money just went poof. No electricity, no chip reader. Okay, so sorry, I don't plan on being the $6 million man. Yeah, I know $6 million ain't nothing anymore. Okay, and being full of computer parts and everything. Not my plan in my life. But so it gets back to what we talked about in the live stream last night. This is when you need. Okay, this is not here's an idea. This is a need. You need to start making those contacts for things that somebody else has that you don't. Somebody that has chickens can get eggs. Somebody that has cows where you can get milk. Okay, whatever it would be. Now, mind you this, you also have to have something of value that they want. So, if they, and don't think just because you have something, they're going to want it. Just because you grow a plethora of green beans doesn't necessarily mean the guy who owns the cow wants green beans. Maybe he's got a garden too. He goes, I don't need green beans. Okay. What are you going to trade? What are you going to barter to get that milk? Okay. Could it be something physical, like green beans or whatever it would be? Could it be labor? Okay. You may have to, Mr. Farmer, I'll come over every morning and milk your cow if you give me a quart of milk a day. Or I'll pick your green beans, or I'll help you in the field picking your green beans or shelling your peas or doing whatever if you give me a bushel of green beans or peas or whatever. These are things that we need to think about, because the stores may cease to exist the way you know them. You may go in with your little Snap card, because everybody will be on Snap. Remember, like I said yesterday, the idea is everybody moves into the projects. You'll own nothing and be happy, okay? You won't own the apartment you live in. You won't own the food that you get. You'll get whatever Big Brother graciously allows you to have. And you should feel honored that Big Brother has said, here's your food rations for the week. Oh, you need a new pillow? I'm sorry, we don't have any pillows. We might get a pillow 6 months from now. Soviet Union, guys. That's exactly what this is all about. So, I know people will say, well, you said about gold and silver, and gold and silver are down. Gold and silver will not go to zero, guys. There will always be value of it, okay? And I know some of you guys are going to quote the Bible on me and say, we're throwing it in the streets. You can't eat your gold and silver. I get it, okay? I know what you're saying. You don't have to harp on the subject. But as a form of money, gold and silver is the only thing that's basically been around since the beginning of time and always been acknowledged to have value. Okay. It's not salt. It's not seashells. It's not whatever the hell it would be. All right. Just saying. It certainly ain't going to be Bitcoin. But just start making plans now. Start doing the legwork now. Watching videos, reading books, and everything like that is wonderful. Okay. You'll learn a lot. But you got to get out and put the legwork in. You got to do the things. You got to go out and make those contacts. You got to go out and figure out how to do it. Just because you read a book that says, this is how you identify mushrooms in the wild that are edible, doesn't mean you can do it. You need to go out in the woods and find mushrooms and go, okay, now I know this one's edible. Because you're not going to be walking out there with your nose in a book going, that one, page, 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 page. Oh, nope, that one's no good. You're going to need, you need to practice. You need to learn. You need to do this stuff now. Everything that you can. I know some of it sounds absolutely insane to be doing. It's like, why do I have to go out and do it now? Because later is too late. That's why. Because the other people are going to jump ahead of the game. And when you go talk to the guy after the balloon goes up and says, hey, what can I do to get some eggs from you? The guy goes, sorry, all my eggs are spoken for. I've got 6 other people that are already helping me. I don't have any extra. Just telling you. Pinball out.